recording to this computer so that way the CIA can't find it. But it's never gonna work. I just keep telling myself that, so
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's not like they got a
But
profile on all of us.
yeah, this is true. And Palantir's helping them right now. They got allegedly, there's a mass database going on. And dude, we could touch on all this later. Well, towards the end of the conversation, because I would love to know, especially since you told me about your family down there in Cali. So that would be interesting to get to. But
Yeah.
before we get to the fun part, we got to get to the ugly part. Um, I genuinely want to know, like, from your perspective, when we were leaving Kabul, like what you saw, what your worries were. Um, because shit, I know where mine was, especially, especially towards the end there. I was kind of like, it's getting kind of hairy.
Yeah.
But
Things were
go
getting tight,
ahead.
man. We're just
Yeah.
like I feel like some of our efforts were focused elsewhere when you should be doing something else. It's like we were so focused on building pallets that we left behind. It's like I spent a good 2 hours making these things and we never used them. And at the same time, I remember when we were out there, my boy Lance, he was walking towards me complaining how he wants to leave. And all you hear is a bullet go like right next to him. And he goes, "Man, fuck this shit. I don't want to be here." And I'm like, "Bro, chill." But that was how I felt on the inside. I didn't show it obviously because we had to keep it inside. But
Yeah.
watching him lose, I was like, dude, I totally feel you. Like things were getting too intense. At one point, I remember during the guard tower duty, there's some people trying to sneak in. I had to tell my boy Grande like to stand down. Homeboy already like pulled the rifle out, put his freaking. He had no reason to do this. He put the fucking peck. He turned it on for they could see it, and he had like put it right at their chest. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Just tell him to get the fuck out of here.
He's like, I want them to know. Dude, when we were at Northgate, he was on the gun and I had him watching the tower on the 50 and he's like he started implying, so if like she starts going down, can I just start shooting them in the tower? And I was like, what? I was like, dude, if shit starts going down, I want you to return fire, okay? I was like, I don't want you to do anything until then, though. Leave
until,
the gun
until
alone.
until the immediate danger happens. You know what I'm
Dude,
saying? Yeah.
he's
Somebody's
sitting
get.
back there licking his lips.
Oh my God.
Sorry, go
It's
ahead.
funny. It's funny now. It was intense then. I was like, "What are you
Yeah.
doing? Stop that!" Oh man. Do you remember that little terminal, that little airport
hmm
terminal?
hmm
And it was sad in there, bro. Like the you get it, you sit in there and it was just draining. And my thoughts while we were waiting to like get our planes to go was just like this is this whole shit show is just pulling everyone's energy. I didn't want to. I tried not to show it, man, but it was too much.
Yeah. I get
That
what you're saying. It's like all the negative feelings just compounding, making you feel that just hopelessness.
there was a platoon sergeant who I won't say his name. It really irked me when he said, these are not people, they're animals," and I was just like,
Mm.
"Nah, you shouldn't be saying that."
But do you think that it was him trying to rationalize what he had to do in order to make it easier to disassociate?
I believe so. I like
Yeah.
when you start viewing situations like that, like as people as just like not people, you're not gonna hesitate. You know what I'm saying? If anything
Yeah.
crazy happens, like we said, once the immediate danger happens, you're focused on the immediate danger. You're not
Yeah.
focused of, oh, these people, I gotta look out for them.
Yeah. The muscle memory. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I understand the mentality, but at the same time, I was just like, ooh, that's hard to change, man.
Especially if his staffs aren't like anywhere from 8 to 14, 15 years. Yeah, dude, that those are oh God, what did we used to call them? It's eluding me. It's it was about being a stiff staff sergeant. Pricky six, yeah.
A pretty
Pricky
picky
six.
six.
Yeah, because you got to get you go up, and the joke is to get like the private or someone who doesn't know. It'd be like, hey, go up to so and so, get a pricky six cable, and they'll be like, "What?"
Oh man, I'm glad I never got that
Salt
one.
dogs. There we go. A fucking there you go. I couldn't remember what it was. It was a salt dog. They called them salt dogs. All of them who are over 6 and under 9. So
Uh-huh.
E6 through E9. We call them salt dogs because they're all like just trying to grind through to get to their time and then they're out.
Makes sense. That's a whole different playing field, man. I feel like E5 below is just like, you play the game and then when you go higher, it's a whole different playing field, dude.
I didn't like the game. I didn't like the game at all because I got I never wanted to go past specialist because I didn't want to get off the gun.
Uh-huh.
And even when they like, God, even if you get people in here, or if even if I get people in here who were on my boards, they'll tell you that I told them I was like, I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm ready to lead people. I'm not in like the space mentally, and I just. But then it was thrust on me like, hey, you're going to be a sergeant anyways. I was like, fuck, no. But
Yeah, man. You I heard the saying once. It goes, is it failed upwards or
yeah, dude, they just kept pushing me up. Well, what that was so weird. All right, that was the same time that they like passed the no specialist left behind, right?
Yes, yes, I remember that.
Yeah, no specialist left behind. So it was all because of the politics of the military were so jumbled up, and people couldn't get promoted that should have been, and people who shouldn't have been were. So they were trying to balance the playing field by just throwing everyone up.
See,
It
see
would
what
have been a
sticks on the
huge
wall?
problem.
Oh, it was severely
Huge
bad, man.
problem.
Oh, dude.
Sorry,
All
I
right,
got
let's get
side.
back. Let's go back.
Yeah,
Let's go
yeah.
back where
Sorry,
we were.
sidetrack, sidetrack.
I did not know that we got missiles shot at us. I thought there were mortar rounds.
Hmm. Yeah, those were missiles. It was so I was gonna explain it on the phone, but then I was like, it'll be easier on here. So the news reported they were mounted on the back of a car, like welded onto the back of the car,
Hmm.
and then it was six tubes, tube rockets, and they were shot from the. You remember where, if you're looking straight at the airport, there was like the city off to the right side, at about like 3 o'clock. They came center mass from the city, like right over top of the first set of buildings, and the C-RAM engaged it over to the terminal. And I was like,
That's
I was
wow.
I was sitting on the tarmac with one of the LTs, and he starts like scrambling to put his helmet on. And I was like, sir, if that missile was gonna hit, that fucking helmet wouldn't do shit.
Bro, the awe, the shock and awe that everyone was when that happened. I recall just the C-round going off, the explosion in the air. We're just looking at it like, huh. It wasn't until St. George was like, guys, we should get into the bunkers. It's like, oh
Yeah,
shit, yeah, we should.
we should move. We're all just numb to it, man.
Because when I heard the first initial incoming, I was like, nah, man, this is freaking Iraq all over again. We're gonna be okay. It wasn't the shh. Ah, I'm like, oh shit.
What was funny is we were right there because I think my chalk was the next to get on the plane. And I want to say the next plane that did come was the one that we got on. But sitting out there and then everyone just being like, "Oh, yeah, we do have to move." And then like grabbing their rucksacks, just like, "I don't want to fucking move."
They were just done. They're like,
Well, they
that
were
wait.
getting tired.
Yeah. Everyone ran like on very little sleep, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But I have never been to Kuwait before. That was an experience for me. I wasn't prepared for as soon as the bit like the C-17 door dropped to be
Uh-huh.
assaulted by the temperature. Never
Talk,
in my life have I been assaulted by temperature.
bro. That heat is a whole different animal. I don't know how the hell they do that over there, bro.
Dude, it genuinely like worries me that people just straight up, if they don't have shade or water, they'll just perish.
For real.
That was a
Like,
genuine worry of mine. I was like, yo, if one of these dudes just like gets lost for too long, he's done.
there's no acclimatizing there, man. That porta john? Ah, dog, not even, man. I'll wait till the sunset if I could take a shit, you know?
100%. 100%. All right.
But yeah, speaking of Kuwait, that was a great relief once we got out of there because you were right. We were waiting, and then we all got packed in the plane. I'm pretty sure that some of the refugees joined us in the plane. I recall sitting next to a female who was there. She looked scared, and I tried to comfort her by going like, like I didn't speak. I just went, mm. But she looked terrified, and I'm like, I can't help. The general, the masculine, just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, that
The
didn't work.
universal nod. I think that only applies to the dudes, though. I think for her, she's just
I
like,
think so.
what is he doing?
What's wrong with his neck?
Oh
Uh,
man, jokes on you. You were actually looking at an asset. No, I'm just kidding.
bro,
I'm just kidding. I have
bro,
no idea.
bro, I felt bad because some of the guys who, because back to the pallets thing earlier,
Okay.
we didn't utilize all of them, and some guys left bags of their own shit behind. I could
Hmm.
only imagine CIF turning in shit, like how they had to deal with that, bro. Because
You
I
know,
I had to deal with canteens, like a canteen that I forgot about a long time ago. Like, are you serious? Like, just charge me. They're like, oh, it's gonna be a lot, and I'm like, I think they way overcharged, correct?
100%.
And I'm like, nah,
100%
I'm gonna go to
overcharged.
Yak and go get myself a canteen, bring it back to you guys. You know what's crazy though? When I came back here to
What?
California, hold on,
Let's see.
I found it. I fucking
Oh,
found the canteen.
yeah.
Fucking phenomenal, dude. Yeah, a little too late.
Dude, I found like three or four things that I had bought that I didn't need, but CIF convinced me that I needed to go and get them
Oh my
because I think I
God.
went two or three times. So they got me. They got me good.
That was a mission getting through CIF, man.
Dude, how was yours? How was getting out for you? Because mine was relatively smooth. Like, trying to think, I think I knocked out most of like exiting in a week, and the only thing I had to wait on was like a briefing for travel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I Mine was a little complicated because I felt like the times for the offices were always not able to match with me because in the same time as I was trying to get out, they were trying to get me into jump master school, and
Mm.
there was like another deployment for some other different unit where we're assisting them.
Yeah.
And I think that's ridiculous. I did my best to drop out of that jump master thing they tried to put me in because I told them I was leaving, and they're like, "No, you're
Yeah.
not." I'm like, "I'm leaving. I'm getting out." And they're like, "No, you're not." And they're like, if you don't do this white slip, then we're gonna make sure you don't get your your leave. You know the oh, you almost
Yeah.
fell.
Your SEP leave.
Yeah, separation leave. They
Yeah.
wouldn't supposedly I wouldn't get it if I didn't take the white slip. I bombed that out of just petty, dude. I was like, I'm not gonna study for this because they already promised me. They promised
Yeah.
me if I did EIB and I got it, that they'll leave me alone before I got out.
Yeah.
They did not leave me alone.
They,
They did not, man.
I was
I'm like,
talking to Warren, and Warren was telling me that a big proponent for him getting out was seeing Hallbauer in the briefing for retention because he's like, I'm done. And Hallbauer had like 17 years in.
damn.
So he was right there at the end and he still chose to get out, which that says a lot.
Yeah. It's really draining. I don't like some people don't get it. Like, I had to deal with like some family members like, why don't you just do 20? Let me see you go do five. Let me do seven. I did
Bruh.
seven in the end. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do anymore. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, dude. Dude, that's one thing that's hard to like to express to other people is like, well, fuck, you're a perfect example. You were there 7 years, I was there 8 years, only at the 82nd. Like, there's nothing else you can do, literally. Whether they have you legally or they have you physically, you're screwed because If you go outside of the radius, you're screwed. If
Hmm. Yeah.
if you don't make it back on time, you're screwed. If you don't do what they say, you're screwed. It's just there's nothing you can do. And you just have to bide your time, wait for it to be over or you to get out,
Yeah.
and then you're free. You're free.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure when I got out, I didn't want to be one of those guys of like, I could do more. I could have done more. I could have done this. They're like, I'm gonna give myself a couple more years, and then until I say I'm fed up,
Yeah.
I'm out. And I did. I got there. I did it. I got the deployment. I got the EIB. I got airborne. And even though, some people who make airborne don't even want to be airborne,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is crazy. That's crazy because that's one reason why I signed up. I wanted to jump out of fucking planes. And then I got all that out the window. And I made it to E5. I was
Yeah.
happy. I was like, I don't need to do anymore. I seen it all, what I wanted to do. But some people don't see that. They're like, well, you should make this a career. And like, that was never the plan.
Yeah. I was trying to make it 10 at least. I
Ah,
wanted to make it 10. Um, that didn't work out. I didn't really have anything I was shooting for. Was going for Ranger, and then I got the concussion and the heat cat, that double whammy at the same time.
oof.
Um, so then I just came to the 82nd. I tried the scouts, didn't make the scouts because that was when they already had too many specialists.
Uh,
Um, yeah, I was fine. Even I mean I had the last 9 month deployment that the 82nd did. Um, shit. Yeah, I had the last 82nd 9 month deployment. I had the last Afghanistan deployment, and well, I say deployment, but that was the evacuation. But a shit ton of humanitarian missions.
yeah. The White Devils
Um,
really had a lot of
shit
a
ton.
lot of calls. I still get the calls and the texts from them. I
Yeah,
block the
dude, I thought that
numbers.
was just a radius thing.
Is
That's funny though.
they'll call from Fort Bragg like, oh, are you
Bro, we've
serious
been getting
again?
flooded. Yeah. We've been getting flooded down. Well,
Uh,
not down here, but like over towards Raleigh and them, they're getting just hammered.
really?
Yeah. I need to see if there's any like rescue services or people taking items to people over in Carolina before I forget. I'll write that
That's
down.
crazy.
Because it wasn't just oh, that's another thing that can get brought up is how much Western North Carolina is being forgot about. Like,
Really? See, I didn't even know this.
dude, yeah, no, everything just fell off a cliff. Like once the media stopped talking about Western North Carolina, like all of the TikTok and Instagram stuff also drifted away from it. But they're still struggling out there. I mean, it's going to be like Katrina out there for a couple years, at least a decade. They're going to be down because I mean, it wiped out whole roads, it wiped out whole buildings, it wiped out like almost a whole town. Because I mean, they're up in hill country.
Yeah.
They weren't ready for a freaking landslide flood.
Damn. I kind of feel
That's
bad, man, because I didn't even hear or know about this.
oh, dude, it's yeah, it's bad. It's like think about do you know what a holler is?
No.
All right, so a holler is like a cutout in the mountains of where like a generation of mountaineers will live, and the family tends to stay on the property with each other, and so that little cutout's called a holler, where all of them live, and they
Okay.
just create a community. And so if you think of it like that, that's what they were living in up there. It's just like a community of people who've lived there forever,
Oh wow.
and so.
Yeah, because
Um,
because all I've been hearing is mostly is Texas,
yeah,
like the Texas flooding.
I'm surprised. There's still, well, oddly enough, the all of these towns that are getting flooded and burning down, like in California, were, if you look it up, they are all in the areas that are projected for smart cities, except for Western North
Yeah.
Carolina. Western North Carolina, that one if I remember correctly, it was either a heavy metal or it was lithium. I think it was lithium. They wanted to do a
Mm.
mining facility out there. But I've also heard that there's a lot of properties in California that have been bought up by private equity to build affordable housing from where they just got burnt down.
Some very shady things have been happening. Even before the fire,
Hmm.
I started noticing a lot of homeless people disappearing.
What do you mean?
And like I'm used to California having a lot of homeless people, right?
No, no,
And
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah. I wasn't
yeah,
saying that. I mean, like
and these
disappearing,
tent
like they just
like
started
disappearing,
gone.
like as in their tents started getting abandoned, everything started just getting cleaned up all of a sudden. No idea where everyone's going. And then uh I noticed the house prices severely skyrocketed, but they're getting bought still by, like you said, companies. And I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, okay. And then fire happens, and I heard the same news as you said again, more companies buying more buildings. So and then throw in the immigration thing, getting rid of any immigrants or anyone who probably who is an illegal immigrant and owns a house out. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
crazy because obviously there is like ways as a illegal immigrant you have your kids and then your kids can inherit your house, you know. I
yeah.
feel like they're trying to break that. They're trying to get rid of housing owned by families, and they're trying
They're
to,
trying to get rid of generational wealth.
yes, and they're not letting us buy new houses. We have to like do a subscription or some shit for these
Yeah.
houses. Dude, a studio apartment here, it's
Hmm.
1,500. Is
What
it
the f
1,500? No, 1,500 in a bad area.
I was,
28, about 22,300, like in a very good area.
I was gonna say, I was like, that's fucking cheap for Cali.
Nah, in a good area. Dude, it's oh my God. I went to Stockton the other day and it was pretty bad over there. I thought my city was bad, but over there
Hmm.
is bad. Um, you know how you know you're in a little bit not good neighborhood?
Yeah.
If you look up and you realize there's no power lines. Like if there's power lines, you're in a bad neighborhood. You can see the clear sky, you're probably in a nice neighborhood.
I got power lines.
I guess you and I are neighbors.
I'm in, I'm still in Fayetteville, bro.
I guess it's a California thing, man. You know what? I'm gonna do a study. I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna go to Tustin.
Oh,
You
it's
probably
a
don't know
joke.
these cities. Yeah.
Fayetteville's still shitty, bro. That was my joke.
Oh yeah, dude. You guys don't even have sidewalks. That's crazy.
They're building some.
Oh,
Um,
finally,
yeah, they're building some.
I rode my one wheel out there in Fayetteville. Biggest regret ever, man. I was riding on dirt, rocks, trying to go on these highways.
I'm
Bad.
surprised you could actually ride it out there. I'm surprised you didn't get jacked for it.
Yeah, I told myself afterwards, I'm not gonna do this again.
I wouldn't. Dude, have you tried to talk to your brother about the fires and stuff going on and what they think?
I don't, not really. Everyone
Mm-hmm.
here just thought it was a tragedy, but it seemed too coincidental because I'm pretty sure like around New Year's Eve, there was already a fire there,
Hmm.
and supposedly they put it out, but they didn't really, and it just continued to grow, and then it spread out, and they're saying it wasn't the same fire, but it is the fire that burned down the whole city.
And that was because of the brush and everything just wasn't being upkept. That's what they
Yeah,
accredited it to.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure the chief of the fire department was like very uh like they weren't on it. They didn't care really.
Yeah.
I feel
So
like
that,
the leadership in California really doesn't care. It's
yeah. It seems like they're
I
fighting a more political battle
yeah,
than they are actually trying to provide for their people, which is sad.
it's like
Because,
I guess for us it'll be like a captain who doesn't give a shit about the men and all he cares is about getting his promotion points. You know what I'm
dude,
saying?
dude, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm enlisted. I've never seen someone. I've
I
never
never met
seen
her.
any of these people
No,
before.
no,
I'm
I
actually
never seen her.
blind in my left eye. Oh, good googly moogly. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Dude, what the hell is up with y'all's mayor? She
Mm.
she's offering um a credit card or cash card now, excuse me, not credit card, a cash card with an amount that she doesn't know the answer of how much is going to be on there. I could be wrong about that. She could have an update, but as of last night, she didn't know how much was on there. Just a couple $100, she said. Um, but she didn't have Jack for the people whose houses burned down.
I
What
don't
the
know what to tell you, man. That's crazy, right?
what the fuck is that? She's more concerned about the people. I'll use her words. The people who are too scared to go outside because of ICE agents. I'm sorry. You need help if you can't go outside because of that. Probably more than we can provide.
Yeah, man. I think the priorities are all backwards here. I
It's,
as much as I love this state, it's just the priorities aren't there.
dude, it from an outside perspective, it seems like she's doing a great job of trying to topple the government. She could do better, but she's doing a great job.
Failing upwards. No, that's not gonna happen to her. Oh man, I think I learned that term this one time we were in a training accident. I forgot the name of a platoon sergeant, but we got ambushed over there in Louisiana and during JRTC.
Okay.
He froze and I was at the gun and I
Hmm.
was like, Sergeant, I'm gonna fire now. He's so don't fire. I'm all, but Sergeant, we're getting shot at. He stayed quiet. Oh, we're getting shot at. He stayed quiet. Who was it? One of our boys, Sanchez, grabbed the
Hmm.
radio. And he's like, Hernandez fucking fire. And then he just started calling out, and I just started firing back. And it's just like, bro, we can't have you freeze up like that. This was just a training exercise. What if this shit
Yeah.
was a real thing? And then afterwards, they promoted him and they threw him into a division. And I
Ah,
was like,
yeah.
failing upwards.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. That's real weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame him. But like,
I had a couple sergeants like that. I had two that got fired, one that got fired on deployment. I won't name them, but I've seen it. Um,
yeah.
to pivot because I don't want to stay on the military forever.
Oh, okay.
But
What's
I
up?
don't know why you just keying up like, oh, okay.
No problem, man. Let's do this.
All right,
What would you
here,
like to know?
hold on, slow it down a little bit. All right, so growing your following on, well, let's just say social media in general,
Right.
dude. Well, first off, how did you get into doing the shorts that you do, and why comedic skits? Why did you land on that one instead of something else?
Well, I'll be honest, man. Ever since I was a kid, I've done little skits. I recall being like 11 years old with a camcorder. You know when you put your cassettes back then.
Yeah.
I recorded. I used to have this thing called bums, and they'll be like, I didn't know any better. I would dress up like a bum,
Okay.
and I'll do something dumb. And this, I think one point I got thrown into a trash can. It was the joke, but this is before me coming up with the jokes. You know, like this is there's no building, there's no saying anything. Just hey, we're gonna do this. It looks funny though.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I have my cousins helping me out and stuff like that. And then I guess with technology, you know, phones being able to record and phone editing, I was like in the future years later, I was like, oh, I remember I used to do that. I kind of want to do it again. And I also learned a lot from I totally did a time jump, but in my teens to like 20s, early 20s, I used to rap. So I used to mess around with like audio and video editing, trying to learn all that. And then by the time I decided, you know what, I don't want to do that. I want to do content creation. I already knew how to do it. I already knew how to video edit and all this stuff. And I was like, but what do I want to show? What do I want to make? And there's like a joy that comes to me when I make people laugh. So like that's for me it was that because we've been in situations where it sucks. It
Yeah.
freaking sucks. And there's everyone's quiet. You're surrounded by people who just witnessed the suck and they're just like one guy makes a joke and everyone just fucking laughs. That's like the best feeling in the world, you know? So I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people face that on the daily and they don't have that person to make that joke for them. So for me, like I feel like if they play a video, they'll be like, "Ah, that's stupid," and you just laugh about it. Fuck it, let them laugh. I know my humor's not for everybody. There's gonna be some people like, "All right, that's just dumb," but like, it's all right, man. I seen what makes certain people laugh. I'm not gonna freaking worry about it. Like, I think I saw my dad watching an AI video, and he's just like, "Look at this," and he just like lost his shit. I'm like, "All right, man, like that was goofy, but okay." And it was weird because I started with the I started with YouTube back in 2007, and then I was trying to work on a craft, like do like video reviews or like little skits, but like I stopped there, and then I joined the army, and then I couldn't do that much because I didn't want to get known and be in the army while doing that because I don't want to deal with leadership. It wasn't towards the end. That's when he was like, "Hey, we saw your video," and I was like, "Shit, which one?" And it's funny because I still get text messages from certain people and like, "Hey, we just saw this video of yours." I'm like, "No, I didn't know you make videos." I'm like, "I do." And how'd you feel about it?
I remember the first one I saw, it was you trying to start a frog army trend.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh
And you're
my
like, I'm
God.
trying to get people in frog costumes to stitch this.
I think I only
It's
had one.
like,
I only had one girl do it. I think she had a thing for me.
yeah, you think? No one puts on a frog suit for anything less.
Oh, dude. Oh my God.
But that shit had me rolling when you explained it to me. Every
Yeah,
time I saw it after, I was like, there he goes again. How many tadpoles did he get?
it's all right. I learned from my mistakes. I'm starting to realize what makes people cheer and laugh, but I try not to do too much to what's that word called when you try to please everyone? Uh, I can't find
Uh,
that word in my brain right now. Let me use it. I don't remember. Yeah, and I'm going to college. What the hell?
well, I mean, so am I, but that doesn't mean being able to remember synonyms is it's something that's going out the window, man.
I
Chat
just
GPT.
I know, dude. That's what I get for using it. Damn it.
Yep. See, every time you log in, that's minus five brain cells.
Either way, I know I'm not gonna please everyone. I might say something, then later on they're gonna be like, "Well, what about this? You know, this
Yeah.
implicates this," and like, that's why I'm careful about what I say sometimes, and I try to put a little meaning behind it. Like I have a joke where a Mexican dad
Okay.
who goes talk to his ancestors, and
Mm.
it's like Lion King. You know how Simba sees his dad up in the clouds,
Yes.
and he's like, "Great grandfather, my kid doesn't listen to me," and then the grandfather's like, "Have you tried hitting the kid?" It's like, and he's like, "Have you tried showing no emotion?" Basically, naming all the problems with the generations before.
Yeah.
Like, and he's all like, "Oh, that's a great idea." It's like the joke is funny because a lot of us have been through that, and it's also funny because that's something we try not to address, but we know it exists.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. I try to
The final
put
option being leave and go create another family.
exactly.
Yeah.
That was the pun. Like, go start another family, dude. It's like it's funny, but it hurts, but it's funny. You know what I'm
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Some people be like, "Yeah, that's not funny." No, it's just too close to home.
saying? Like I witnessed it. I kind of witnessed. I've been through it, dodged left and right, but
Ah, it nicked me. It nicked me. I
So
seen too
yeah,
many Shane Gillis bits.
I feel like there's like some responsibility when it comes to making jokes like that though. Like, cause you can't just say low hanging fruit jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like the back to the AI stuff. There's um there's just AI stereotypes. They'll throw like uh they had I think one I saw was an Asian woman and she was in the car and they recreated the Family Guy thing. She's like, okay, I turn now. She
Oh yeah.
turns, they crash, and like, I get it, the Family Guy thing, but like using AI to just do stereotypes is very low hanging fruit for me, man.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, instead of creating something that's actually like your own independent thought, just going for what's easily available.
Yeah.
Copyright infringement.
I did a stand up in Fullerton, California, and we go up, we do the performance, and there's a judge, there's judges,
Hmm.
and then this guy goes up there, he starts just saying the most racist shit I've ever heard about black people, and I'm like, oh, that's not funny, man. And then some people were laughing, and then he'll look at the one of the judges who was a black man, and he was like, come on, you know it's funny. It's like, no, bro, like that's not like you're doing low hanging fruit, man. This is not creative at all. He's like, are you? And the black juror was like, do you are you a comedian? Like, do you think this is funny? He's like, I think it's funny, but I'm not a comedian. He's like, well then, what are you doing here? Like, let
You're
go of the
just an
mic.
asshole.
Yeah,
What a dick. No, I think um there's like a lot of factors to it, but if you want to break it down, I think intent and depth of thought has a lot to do with the outcome of things. Because
yeah,
like uh I guarantee you people who bomb like that didn't spend uh hours or days trying to perfect one joke, just make it as good as possible. They were probably like, "Oh no, this shit's easy. Uh, I can say racist things. I can be racist. I can do that. I can do this. I can do that. It'll all work out just fine because, I want it to." That's not how it works. Not when
yeah,
there's millions of people who can also compete against you. What is it? The limit to entry. Is that what I'm looking for? Or bar to entry, excuse me. The bar to entry is much higher than it was, fuck, even 100 years ago, or 50 years ago.
Oh, yo, I give props to the guys who do the comedic circuit because I was doing it for like a couple of months and I was like, I can't keep doing it. Like I wanted to go to school,
Yeah,
so I can't stay up late at night doing these jokes. But like, there's times where you go to a bar and it's just comedians and they're all just there and they're just saying jokes to each other. And the thing is that they're the same comedians from the last bar you were at. So then they already heard your jokes and then you're already saying the same jokes you said before. So I guess for me, for me it was like, oh, this is just practice and like I have no
yeah,
problem with that. Some guys were just like, oh, this joke is not hitting. I guess you guys are just not funny. It's like, nah, you're chopping yourself down. Don't do that. You know?
yeah,
It's like say how you say it and say it like you mean it. And then it takes you far. And just
yeah,
having the same momentum and spirit, people will feel that too. I learned that in my communications class. Like when you say something and you say it like with the right tone, you
yeah,
you reach out more rather than be like, you don't get it, man. Like, no, don't throw that. Put that away. Just say the joke. Okay, it doesn't work. Change it next time. You
yeah,
know?
yeah. Always trying to be better. Even that's why I like reference doing baby steps about everything. Like, well, crap, I can use the YouTube, for instance. I started out with just the logo, and then I did a little BS edit just because I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Um, I could have easily thrown that into an AI generator real quick, have it put up, and everybody would know that it's AI generated, and but it would have taken 5 seconds. But that
Yeah.
wouldn't have let me know how to do editing for other things like inserting objects or inserting text, inserting this, doing different contrast, doing different gradients, doing different all this other stuff. Like taking the time to make the baby steps known. Like this week was lighting, like changed up the lighting. I don't know how I feel about it. At least it's not hot in here anymore. So
That's
even
great.
if it's not, yeah, it's not as hot
You don't
because
have your shirt anymore.
I still have this shirt. But it's washed, but
Oh man.
it's still there. Because it doubles. Well, it moonlights as a glasses cleaner.
Nice. It has a nice material then.
um, but I think that if you're going to do something, do it to the best of your ability. And if the best of your ability does not meet the bar to entry, then you need to show visible or tangible goals that you're going for. So, every time you were talking about going to the comedy scene, I was like gaming it out in my head. And I was like, dude, if it was me, I would go to a comedy bar in the beginning of the week, and then at the end of the week, I would schedule that to go in and listen. So like for the first day or
Oh,
two, I would do like comedy scene, go in, do one night of um fixing myself from what my perspective was, and then do 2 nights of going back to listen to other people. And then the next day, I would sit down and see what I thought of um, A and B being my joke before I watched everybody, my jokes after I watched everybody, and then use all of those as kind of different perspectives in time to gradually come to a medium of all of it.
bro, that is a very freaking logical way to think about it. I did not at all did that. All I did was I record myself, I do the performance, and I compare what went through my mind and what I saw on the camera. I'd be like, I didn't like that. I'll just change it. But you make it sound like I'm doing homework, I'm studying, I'm taking a test.
Yeah, well, dude, so um,
That's
I
a
think it
very
has.
well thought out, man.
I
I
think
should
it
have
just.
called you.
I
You know
think it
what? I should have called you. You should have been my advisor.
dude, I'm human too. Like I can talk about doing this and that, but let me tell you how motivated I am to do all of that. Absolutely not, son.
It's like one of those people that knows great workout techniques, all these
Yes.
things, but they don't have a gym membership. It's like, bro, what?
Yes. Yes. It's just like that. But like I force myself to the point now where it's not even like a conflict anymore. It's just like I know I'm going to do it and might as well just do it now.
I might take your strategy. I'm letting you this know right now, man.
You're fine. Hey man, dude, that's why I like talking to people because the way I see it is we all already have an allotted amount of time. We just don't know when the allotment's up, and there's no way to know if we're living in it now.
That's true.
So might as well just keep going forward with what you plan on doing because everyone else lives in their own bubble of ignorance. And I say
Yeah.
it that way because I'm not casting judgment on anybody else. It's just like you only care about what directly affects you. And then that becomes your emotional attachment. I'm just trying to do what feels like is best for me. And
Right.
talking to people, it doesn't, well, it can. It can negatively affect other people's lives. But for the most part, information is just what you do with it. So if it takes you in a negative connotation and you want to take it negatively, it's going to affect you negatively. It's going to impact your life negatively. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm,
Like, I'm sorry to cut you off,
you're good.
but when it comes to content, especially I notice when it comes to people who talk about other people just for content, those people usually get like those hater comments.
Oh, dude,
Those
it's rough.
negative comments. That's the negativity that you bring out. It's gonna come back.
That goes back to your low hanging fruit thing, though.
Exactly. That's why you gotta be careful about what you make. And the thing is that I think what we all fear is a little bit like it's the cringe.
Oh,
When it makes it. I know it's cringy. It sucks. I went through a cringy phase, man. Like I think it was 2020. That's when I got TikTok. 2020. And I went through that little cringy phase. It was cringe, but I had to bear through it to get where I'm at now. Because I remember starting with just like 20 followers, then
oh
100
yeah,
followers, and I was like, what's getting people to my profile? And I thought, well, I do like anime. I'll talk about it. But like, then I dealt with people who was really into anime. I'm like, I'm not that into anime, man. And then I was
yeah,
like, but I saw funny parts in anime, started talking about it, and I like funny parts. I like funny parts, and then I started realizing there's humor in social interactions, and then I started just making like skits, and I come up with those skits in my mind. I should really write this down. I have like a whole notebook of like all these
yeah,
like jokes about what I'm gonna write. Sometimes I forget about them, but then I'm like, when I got nothing to make, because for
yeah,
me it's like spur of the moment. I'll be chilling. I'll be like, what would be funny if this happens? This happened to me one day. I was just like, damn, wouldn't it be crazy if you punch a guy in the guts and he's like, oh man, you rearranged my guts. Just to saying that, just to say
yeah.
you rearranged my guts as a joke, and then be like, you might have internal bleeding, and then the other guy's like, well, that's okay. That's where blood belongs. It's like, no,
What?
that's not. No, eternal bleeding is not good. Like that's the joke, like the play on words, the social interactions. That's what I like about I like doing about the comedy thing, and I also try to do that little message sometimes. And it's funny because I started that with TikTok, and then I was shy to do it on Instagram because Instagram's the
Oh yeah.
people there are mean, bro. They're mean. Like they're just they hate that they just have hate in they're Lex Luthor to Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, 100%.
bro, and
Dude,
I'm just
they're savage. They're just looking for blood. That's all they
so
want.
so I just sucked it up. I was like, fuck it. I feel like I was cringe free now. So I did Instagram and I started posting the same videos on TikTok on Instagram. And then I was like, why not continue back my YouTube? And I did YouTube as well because around the time they brought out shorts. And it's anyone who says they know the algorithm, I don't think they do, man, because it's different, especially for every platform. It's ridiculous because sometimes a video will pop off on TikTok, nothing on Instagram, YouTube. And sometimes it'll pop off on YouTube and TikTok, but nothing on Instagram. I threw a video on Snapchat. Who goes watches Snapchat? No one does, not that I know of. And that video hit like 100K. It's like, what? There's no rhyme or reason here.
You're like, no one watches Snapchat. Meanwhile, like,
I'm
I
over here
follow
with
like 200 people on Snapchat.
yeah, and I got a following there. Like I don't even what? Like my
Yeah.
main focus was just TikTok for a while. But then I started just doing all platforms. I like to be more engaging on Instagram because that's where it's the first app that I learned how to use properly.
Okay.
But uh there's like a weird way you could go about it if you want to grow your stuff. If you want to just do comedy, you could always do a topical thing that everyone goes through in life, or a big topical thing that's going on in the news. If you say it properly, it will get traction and it will be funny. I mean, it will blow up. If you're just not necessarily hitting the right notes and you're not doing the right emotion, people are just gonna criticize and stuff like that. And just ignore those
Yeah.
guys. Ignore them. Just fucking scrap that, go back to the board, rewrite a different joke, move on. But it's crazy because sometimes, like, as strong as I am, ignoring some of the hater comments, like there'll be days where I'm just having not a good day, and then I get a comment. It's like, man, this is the last thing I want to see, bro. I don't care. Like,
100%.
I don't care about this. I'm not gonna reply to you. Just fucking move on with your life. He sat there and spent time just writing a sentence just to say
Yeah.
I suck. I'm like, dang, that's crazy.
What was it? There's a saying, it's like, um, if you have a problem with me and uh yeah, it's if you have a problem with me, text me. If you don't have my number, then you're not important enough from your opinion to matter.
Yeah.
I
And
was like,
and the crazy part, the last hater comment that I remember, it was not that long ago. It was like about 4 days ago or so. This guy wrote a hater comment about my content. So I'm like, who are you to tell me that? And I checked his YouTube channel. It was just like 10 people. I was like, I don't know. I felt like this guy was very,
might
very
just be a bot.
nah, not even that. Turns out he is a content creator on
Oh,
Facebook. And I was like, what? Like, dude, are you just like
he's
hitting
just
on me?
drinking
Because
haterade.
you create content too. You should understand that it's not easy out here, and some of us just make jokes. Honestly, man, sometimes I do low effort, like, like low effort videos because I'm doing them almost every day. And then some
Yeah.
days I'm just like, I really don't want to make one. So you know what? Here's me and my cat, dude. Like,
Yeah, dude.
and it works. People love cats, man. You can never go wrong with a cat or a dog.
No, or chicken.
Oh my God, did you see that video about Roger the chicken?
Dude, fucking justice
Oh,
for Roger, bro.
oh my God,
Justice for
dude,
Roger.
that was
Do you know who
heartbreak.
killed him?
No.
Dude, I'm pretty sure if I saw it correctly, then it was the either aunt or grandparent who killed the chicken. But bro, they left
No.
a fucking dollar
No.
and a
Oh
tooth,
my
dude.
God. Dude.
Just a tiny
Dude.
chicken. It's just so funny that the internet has decided that they're gonna ride for Roger.
That kid should have got his Monkey Sherry gone from that pain, dude. That traumatic event. Canon. His first loss, dude. Oh my
How
God.
about the mom just sitting there filming him while he's like, Roger, no!
Mom, like, oh, it's gonna be a great memory when you grow up.
Bruh,
Oh my God, you just
not
reminded me
romance.
when it comes to content creation,
What?
once a person blows up and they do the same thing over and over again,
Why?
that
Why do you
irks
think
me.
that they do? Oh, yeah, yeah. But why
That
do you
that
think they
irks
do it?
me. It's like a building a brand thing, but they don't know
Okay.
when to stop. And it's like, all right, you reached it. People know who you are. You're the Hawk Tuah girl. How many Hawk Tuahs got you got to do? You know,
Yeah.
like,
Talk to
ah,
her. Talk to her. Rip you off to her.
it's just like, I get it. That was the same joke. You already said it, man.
I
Like
like
if
that
you,
one.
but I don't know. I don't. There's so many examples, but like, change it up. Just do a little bit different. Change it up.
I don't understand how she became famous off of that. That was weird. Because it wasn't like she was doing anything special. She literally just got asked a question on the street and she just said, "Heart." Or
I think that's the first time they ever saw a woman do it. Maybe that's why.
maybe it was just because she was slightly attractive. I
Dude, there
mean,
is such thing as a pretty privilege, man. As much as some people don't like to say there is, there is. You could get away with so much if you're good looking. You ever look at the news? All right, this sounds a little fucked up. You ever look at the news and they're like,
okay.
"Oh, so and so is missing. This is a picture of them." And they're
Okay.
usually attractive. You
Yes.
never see an ugly person on a missing poster anywhere. You probably do at a Walmart, but no one's gonna look
Well,
at them.
either that or it's a child. And
Oh, for a child, yeah, of
if it's
course.
a
Yeah, for
child,
sure.
then we don't speak on if they're attractive or not. They're just a
Yeah,
child.
yeah, 100%.
Anyways.
But I did some research before, like when who was that girl? Her name was Gabby. She was an influencer. I'm pretty sure her
Oh
boyfriend
God,
killed her.
yes.
Yes, and that was terrible news. And there were at the same time there was another girl who was as well influencer gone missing. No one reported her missing. I look at her picture and I'm like, oh man, that's why. She, I hate to say it, man, she was another race. And want me to be
Uh,
specific? I can tell you right now. She was an African American girl, and chances are, when you're on the news, especially if you're African American or Hispanic or anything like that, you don't get that many. You know, uh, be on the lookout.
yeah, I'll definitely say there's bias. There's definitely bias. But on the flip side, if it is well, no, I can't even say that because I'll have to take the stand of it's more politically motivated than anything else. If it would benefit the uh the media company news outlet more to play this little white girl who got killed because mommy is rich and daddy's rich instead of just for example an indigenous woman who's poor and has probably like issues at home. They're
Media
not gonna.
agenda.
Yeah, it's all about what benefits them more uh in my perspective. That's what I see is that they're only playing what will benefit them. Like, does
Hmm.
everybody care about Gabby more than the other woman? Or do they care about this? It's all about public perception, and if you can make enough noise, I'll use the example like the Epstein files right now. Visibly, they're trying to fight um, pushing out the Epstein files, but also visibly, content creators are on that ass about. Well, I say on that ass. Nobody's really doing much except for a lot of talk, you
Yeah,
know. But if enough noise is needed to cancel out the power of influence, whether that be like
I'm gonna ask you a question.
okay,
All right. If media does have influence, well, it does 100% news and media.
yeah,
News
yeah.
media have influence. Do you believe the people in control of that media is also in control of the algorithms of the social media? Or do you think they have like a connection, a bridge, or somehow they have an agenda they're trying to push? Because there are times where, like, my algorithm is definitely tailored to me, but then
Mhm.
there'll be a certain view, like a video that pop up, and I see it, and it's like I feel like it's trying to riot me, like rile
Ah,
me up,
okay.
and I'm like, I'll
Yeah.
ignore it. And then another one similar to that one poses up, like, okay, what is the algorithm trying to tell? Is it algorithm trying to tell me? Is it me that's starting to notice this? Like, why is it? I
So
feel like,
it's definitely it's hard coded in. Um, this was a huge issue, like a year to I think a year and a half ago. They were calling it subconscious influencing or
Oh,
subconscious bias. I can't remember which one it was, but it was like they were um subconsciously, so like the ads for everything would be to kind of direct you in a different way of thought. And
oh,
there's plenty of research out there. So if anyone's like, there's no way they were doing that, there's no way it affected people, there's no way they're doing this instead of that, or putting that color instead of this color, or JG Wentworth instead of Geico, there's no
yeah.
way it affected. And then they started researching it and they found out that they could sway anywhere from 40 to 60% without them even realizing that it was being done to them.
What?
Yep. So
Damn.
it is definitely been used. I don't think that it's in the view that you're thinking. I think that in the view is that it is weaponized capitalism. And so, um,
I believe it.
yeah, it's weaponized capitalism where whoever can influence the companies in the most beneficial way gets the most say. So that used to be legacy media before they cut off too many limbs. So I used limbs because like Tucker Carlson, um, Candace Owens, what's that lady's name? Kelly Morgan or something like that.
Yeah.
People like them who were keeping them afloat because they were hemorrhaging. They were hemorrhaging from pushing nothing but fearmonger 24/7. That's all it's been on repeat. It's just fearmonger, fearmonger. When's the last time you heard something positive besides like some little thing about your community where it's like you'll get 45 minutes of terrorist riots, bank robberies, what have you, and then you'll get a 10-minute window of, oh, Johnny went outside and did a community garden for the homeless people. And then they'll be like 5 minutes later, Johnny was killed at 12 o'clock news. You know, like that's
You're right. 100%.
like,
You're right,
it's a
man.
constant cycle. But they also started realizing that, um, well, that plays into the more that we started understanding the brain more and understanding the human physiology and how we're antennas, then they started realizing that not only does the Constitution not protect your right to be alive, it doesn't protect your thoughts and your existence in general terms, because common sense would tell us that yes, we do have a right, yes, we do have privacy, yes, we do have all that, but capitalistic view is, do you really, or can we
Yeah.
monopolize that? And I think that that's where it's going next. Is it's going to be an assault on, because they've already done the assault on your time. Time has been capitalized, and that's why I'm saying that there's enough room for everybody because this is just time. We're already allotted
Yeah.
time.
Dude, and I've been thinking, man, I got a little conspiracy brain.
Okay.
I've been thinking with all that data they have of us, of what videos we like, what videos we post, what things we reshare, it's easy, very easy to create a profile of a person, of what they're capable of, or what do you expect, how to manipulate them.
Yes.
And that's one reason why lately I've been like very like when I don't post political stuff. I don't. I'm sorry, I can't. I don't want you guys to get like what I believe in.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep that to me, you know.
100%. Understandable.
But like the minute they I feel like they know that you're a danger, there's gonna be eyes on you.
Yeah, and um my dad when I was growing up he used to tell me there's three things you don't talk to strangers about, and that's faith, money, and oh my God, I'm chalking on the last one. It was faith, money, and politics. But politics has changed now. People talk about that openly. Um, because it can get so manipulative real quick. talking about those two things.
Yeah.
It's so wild, dude. I don't understand it at all. Well, I do understand it. It's money. Money's like a majority of the reason. People want to think that it's all tied together and they're all working to get to a new world or I mean probably in a like a long-term goal. I'm sure that that's what it is. But for right now, they're trying to just take your freedoms and make them worth money.
I believe that's like their main thing, money. Like they're not
Yeah.
necessarily, it's more of a, oh, it's gonna cost them that. All right, whatever. Well, making more money out of it anyways.
Yeah,
Like
because they're trying to figure out what so innovation comes with a cost every time. Um, and I think that the next thing that we're gonna have to fight over is the transhuman issue, where what is humanity? We're having to
mm,
validate our humanity. I mean, shit, that's already hard enough because we got CEOs who believe that. Well, I'll get to that later. It's
okay.
it's about Peter Thiel and his belief on humanity as a whole. But um, I rocked my whole self off of my train of thought, dude. I started going down the rabbit hole in my head about Peter Thiel. Um, but yeah, dude, we're having to fight for things that people never thought about before, like our right to exist, our freedoms, our privileges. Now that we're doing that, and and people are forgetting that like the only reason that we're allowed to have this bickering and this argument over what can and can't we do is because of the Constitution. That doesn't apply everywhere in the world. And you see that people forget about it because an influencer will go to a different country and get arrested, or they'll get fined, they'll get locked up and have to pay their way out. Where it is corrupt, where it is not free, where
A
you
hundred
do not
percent.
have rights and they get immediately shot back to, oh my God, the United States is actually great. It does have its problems. I'm not going to deny that. The United States
Right.
is fantastic, though. And in all of the world, this is pretty great.
Oh yeah, man. That 100% agree behind you. When I saw the American flag getting burned here, ah man, dude, I was like one reason I knew I wasn't gonna fucking go outside because I knew if I went outside, I would have caught a case, and then I would have been like looked down upon. Oh, look at this guy. He doesn't want to back us up doing the illegal immigration riot
Yeah.
like thing. Is like, bro, you're burning the American flag. I fucking
Yes.
fought for that flag, bro. I'm not gonna stand by here and watch you burn that shit.
Hey, you're entitled to that. I mean, hey, I'm not going to fight somebody over burning the flag just because, like, I have a whole family.
Yeah,
Does it irritate the living piss out of me? 100%. I'm not going to deny that. Hurts my soul. It hurts my soul to see that happen. But I also know that that flag has negative connotations in other people's eyes. I'm not going to
understandable.
take that away from their perspective, their perspective. And you're entitled to how you feel too. But
I
I'm
like your
saying,
level of empathy, man. Good way to see it on both sides.
I mean, it comes at a cost. I'm constantly like thinking about all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then um
It's like the saying, there's no absolute answer, like
there's,
it.
dude, it's so wild. Yeah, there is no absolute answer.
Yeah, because
The
yes, we
three
fought for the
body
flag.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah, we fought for the flag, but also the right for their burning. They could do it
They
here.
have, yeah, they have the right to do that. That's why we fought for it. So that way they can do that. And that's
Watch
how I
watch me
feel.
watch me go to Mexico and do that. You're not gonna see me again, my guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, fuck no. Fuck
No,
no.
no, my man.
Dude, what's funny is like I stand 10 toes on people have the right to do that. I also have the right to rock your jaw if it fucking irks me enough. I don't exercise it all the time, but I have the right to.
Exactly. Only in America.
Only in America. Dude, what's it? A lot of people forget that you could just get rocked in the jaw, and I think we need to remind them. That was what one of the comedians said, dude. I think it was Cat Williams, but that shit's so funny. Cut. We were talking about it how last time we were like, it's so weird that like the people who are here illegally are trying to fight illegally against the legal cops that are legal citizens, and that's affecting the legal citizens around them. So it sounds like it's a huge problem and illegal.
Yeah.
All of so it's
Uh,
I don't understand. Like I can't get to the mental gymnastics other than being emotionally captured and not wanting to admit that you're wrong.
you're right. And it's a fucking snake eating its own tail, man.
Yeah, because people aren't thinking about the consequences of this, okay? And I'll do it on both sides. The consequences of not enforcing immigration, sorry, not enforcing immigration is that now we have made it not only an express lane, we've basically just added a toll booth to immigration to the greatest nation in the world that's going to constantly get diluted because the people who have already come here illegally, they're not paying taxes. They're not doing that. That's stupid. They're not paying the property tax. They're not paying the highway taxes. They're not paying the trash tax and whatever kind of other crazy tax that y'all guys got out there. I was just naming a few that we have here.
Right.
um, they're not contributing to the economy that's here. They're trying to send all that back. They're trying to get all that they can here, and you're paying not only the programs that the NGOs have, but the federal government had programs. So not only, and I can speak to this because I have actively talked to someone who literally did trips back and forth,
Yeah.
and we're just racking up money coming back and forth because the federal government would pay for their ticket each time. They could make anywhere from eight to $12,000 a month doing that. And you're trying to tell me that you want to make that legal. You wonder why inflation was so bad. That's why. That's why, because the government's leaking, hemorrhaging money to people who shouldn't be here, and then they're not paying back into the economy. So then that's lost funds in our economy. So then who's got to turn around and pay for it? We do. You want free healthcare? Who pays for that? Taxes. What pays for that? Uh, a lot of things actually. And then we have subsidies, everything else that they're not thinking about. So say you want to hire illegal workers. That's fine. They don't have insurance. So what happens when someone gets hurt?
Yeah,
Company's got to eat that bill.
isn't that taking advantage of that situation
Yeah.
too? Of like,
Yes, dude,
because
because
they're
they don't
illegal.
have to disclose the wages, they don't have to disclose the health, they don't have to disclose the working conditions or the hours. So it's not as simple as, oh, they can just pay them nothing and it's
It's,
okay. No, it is dangerous. Like
did you
people
hear?
fucking die.
You're not wrong. Did you hear about what happened in California? Well, here about the raid at a farm.
Oh, the hemp farm.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, that's the thing. They didn't disclose it was a hemp farm in the beginning
Yeah.
until later on. Everyone's like, "You do know that was a weed farm, right? It was that's where they grew
Yeah.
hemp." And then, and then Newsom is like, "How dare you guys?" You know, like he was like, "They arrest children. What kind of country are we?" It's like that kid was here illegally. He had no supervision. His parents weren't even here, and he's underage
Yeah. I
working at
think
a hemp farm.
yeah. I saw that he did an interview with Sean Ryan. I need to go and watch that. Um, that's insane though. Because
That's the perspective he's trying to change the narrative. They arrest a kid. Yeah, a child with no parents. You don't see
dude,
anything wrong with that.
it's so messed up because who's to say that that's even the kid's parent? With
Yeah,
as many people missing children, that that's a fair question. With as many missing children as there are, hundreds of thousands, if I remember correctly, I could be misremembering. It could just be tens of thousands instead of hundreds of thousands. Still a shit ton of people. Um, that's a fair question. Is that the actual child of that person, or is it another trafficked child? Because dude, that keeps me up at night thinking about how many children are actually missing. That's an
yeah.
insane amount of people. I think I just unplugged my headphones a little bit. Because you
Oops.
all of a sudden just went to one ear. I was like, what the hell?
What the hell?
What the hell, Leon? Dude, it's oh my goodness, look at those sweats.
I believe the whole thing was not set up right to be done. The whole immigration thing. It wasn't set up right. It wasn't properly executed. And at the same time, the other political power, which is Newsom and them,
Mm-hmm.
they are disrupting everything else. And it's causing this whole chaotic tension. Like I even saw one politician like ask the gang members to like fight back the ICE agents. I'm like, you're pleading to criminals? You're a
Yeah.
government official. What the fuck are you doing pleading to criminals?
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, there's a politician that came out and said that the calls for violence should be met with the action. If I could be misremembering, but he was like, these treasonous acts need to have treasonous consequences. And I was like, does that mean we're bringing back uh what is it? The death penalty for treason?
I think
Well, I
we
mean,
should.
it's hard, but treason is a very hard legal battle to win because you have to prove the ill intent for your home country.
I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of politicians play in that weird gray
Oh yeah.
area.
Oh yeah.
A
That's where they
company
live.
company says, "Here, have a nice little paycheck for your campaign." And
Oh
next thing
yeah.
you know, can you pass this bill for us, please?
Do you want to
Like,
come and visit our country? Or do you want to come see our islands? Or do you want to bring your family?
yeah, we're doing this out of favors.
Sir, here, hold on. Let's see. Uh, dude, there's some really great ones. They're getting a lot of the influencers now, and it's wild to see, especially because some of the influencers go from like a staunch stance against them to, well, let's just see how this plays out now. You know, let's see what happens. Maybe we go a little bit lax on them. Maybe that. Yeah, whatever. Okay, guy. What package did you get? Uh,
Oh, weird.
was yours an Epstein flavor? Did you have? Were you playing in the kiddie pool, or did you get the bag of money?
I still think that was the biggest psyop ever. There is no list. What? Wait,
Oh,
what?
everyone agrees. Everyone unequivocally
Are
agrees
you
that that's a psyop.
gaslighting the country right now?
Huh, yes.
That's
And I'll do it
crazy.
again.
Show me the names, and then we'll see which politicians are still around afterwards, man.
Oh my God, dude.
And that's
You're
the
not
worst part,
kidding.
because they're supposed to be nominated by the people, supposed to represent the people, and they're out there taking uh, I want to say bribes,
Yeah,
but
dude, it's diluted faith in the system 100%. And it's sad to see because, like, if executed properly, this government could work effectively. And we see that time and time again when they want to get something done.
yeah,
But it just seems like the government has a nasty habit of not wanting to get anything done.
yeah. Well, that and I feel like it's the individualism. Like if we
Ah,
all continue to be, I'm gonna put me first before anyone else, it causes a
100%.
dire consequence on everyone else.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Like
dude,
I'm,
it's the weirdest blend of like narcissistic tribalism. They want to be a part of a group without having to put effort into being in that group.
yeah,
It's so
and
weird.
somehow make a profit
And
like that.
somehow, well,
It's always profit first, man. It's always about the money, dude.
hey,
Like
you know what? I'm gonna say it. It's not whitewash. Okay. We can stop calling it that. We don't have to say white people do it about everything. Okay. We all collectively do this. All right. We're
yes,
just assholes.
hmm it's like I could do this. I could benefit everyone else, or I could find my
Or
way to make money.
stop.
I will do it for some money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
oh my God. I think that, what was it, that Philadelphia mayor or governor that she didn't want to give more money to the trash, like
Ah,
the
yes,
garbage man,
yes, yes.
and she gave herself like her own raise.
And
Imagine
she gave
giving
herself
yourself
a
her own raise.
9% raise, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what's even crazier? You know the one that was crazier? The garbage man here, they didn't pick up our trash for the past 2 weeks because they're trying to back up the guys in Philly. And now it's in my backyard.
You know what? You're
Now
sounding
I'm upset.
you're sounding real meninist right now, okay? And your microaggressions are making me uncomfortable.
It was just like you said, no one, everyone was living in their own little ignorance bubble, and then my bubble
Dude,
got burst by that chick in Philadelphia.
it's so terrible, bro. Dude, it's and what's sad is like you can see a lot of people waking up that this is all just I like to call it perceived value. Like everything is just an imaginary value that we've attached to it and just
Yeah.
agreed upon it.
Oh,
So
bro.
people are waking up to that more and more each day. And then after they realize that it's just perceived value and not like a structure, they're like,
That's LA, bro. That's LA in general. I stay away from LA. I'm not like living there. I
mhm.
live a different county. But dude, the people there, obnoxious. Obnoxious. They're
I'll tell
always
you what
doing
though.
good. They always do good without doing good.
Yeah, that's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. I've Dude, it's so fucking weird. Like I heard one of my buddies, he lives out of Cali. I don't think he lives in LA, but he lives like in the surrounding area. And
Mhm.
he talked about how there's like influencers who will go out and act like they're giving and give it to the person, and then as soon as the camera shuts off, they ask for it back.
I
And I'm
believe it.
like, what?
I
I believe
believe
it too. I mean,
it.
shit, people are rough, dude. Like, I want to see the good in people, but I'm not ignorant to the fact that people are rough. People are absolutely rough. And some people have had it absolutely fucking terrible.
Yeah. The nicest people do good things when no one's watching.
Agreed.
It's not about the clout that comes with it. It's not about anything. It's the right feeling of being a good person, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's like, well, shit, he's already gets good publicity. Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson does good without looking for any,
Yeah. And the last media portrayal of him was the news calling him crazy. I totally understand.
I mean, I get it, dude. If I was Mel and I had all the problems that Mel had, there'd be like some
Was
crazy shit I'd say
wasn't he
too.
beefing like with studios and stuff? I'm pretty sure.
Dude, it's yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
and I'm pretty sure they were trying to like because
it
I
was
know for a
over
fact the movie.
his yeah, it was over his movies and
Yeah,
them being like too biblical. If I'm
yeah.
remembering, I could be misremembering. It could be about something else. But I know that he gets a shit ton of backlash for his movies because they're all to do with the Bible and Jesus.
But isn't he allowed to do his own thing? You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to stuff like that, he's not putting down other people. He's not gonna say like,
Yeah,
this
but
is
you're
the only way.
forgetting people don't like Christianity enough to the point where they just condemn anyone who talks about it.
Like the way that when it comes to Christianity, you could like definitely like portray it on a show or a movie and just like diss it. But when it comes to other religions, there's like,
Yep. Yep. That's what
I'm
it
not
is,
gonna
bro.
say anything. Not about that
Hey,
religion.
man.
Not about
You know
that
what?
country.
They they all throw shade at Christianity,
Yeah,
but almost every single one of them acknowledges Jesus as at least a prophet.
yeah. Crazy, huh?
So it's so wild because we, excuse me,
Oh my God.
I'm not
But
gonna look at the
anyways,
camera. I'm not
next
gonna look
thing
at the camera and rage bait people.
next thing you know, YouTube's censoring this. Dude, I hate certain censorship because
Ah,
there'd be sometimes where I say certain words or I do a joke and then it's like I can't do this. But then I see it's like go on TikTok, you can find 100 over
oh
a
yeah.
thousand videos of them saying the N-word,
Yes.
saying fucking obnoxious shit that's totally not safe.
Uh,
I seen titties, ass, I seen death
I
multiple
saw a
times.
dude getting head yesterday.
Yeah, and that's okay. But I say a simple little joke with the F bomb in it, and like
You
fuck,
could
I said
affect the
fuck.
children, okay? You could affect the children.
That pissed me off. I'm like, I can't say fuck,
No, you
but
can't.
this guy can say the N word 20 times and people and dance to it, and people will be like, all right, yeah, cool.
You
What?
can't say fuck but they can go and fuck kids.
That too, man. That's fucking disgusting. That the fact that some people like, how to put this right? They sexualize kids without trying to, just to like appease other pedophiles. Like I know that I see videos of like, how to put this right? It's
I'm
like
gonna here, I'll do one for you.
uh,
Nickelodeon for the longest time. What was their logo?
feet.
Yep. And they had all these little interactive things where you would send in photos of your kids' feet colored, or you would put, dude, I'm not kidding. Like you
What?
watch, dude, there's iCarly they did where you would send in or post on Twitter at the time,
Hmm.
photos of your feet because you painted them like they did on the show. Um, I think it was Victorious where they did, like weird foot jokes all the time. iCarly was just 24/7. Almost
Yeah,
every episode is something to do with feet,
I
but
think
it was
Ariana
all
Grande, right?
yeah, dude, all surrounding the producer's foot fetish.
That's what I'm saying, man. The reason why I brought that up is because I remember Netflix caught flack for that. Like they tried to do like a little girl beauty pageant, and they're like,
Oh
"Who the
yeah.
fuck is this for?"
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Dude, what was it? There's a show, Toddlers and Tiaras, for years. For fucking years.
Ah, man, that's instilling immoral morals on children before they even have the brain function to even think for themselves. You know?
Dude, it's creepy, man. It's really creepy because like I don't know. Like, well, I do know. I just didn't want to say it. You're already putting value on that child at such a young age. That's not okay because you're telling them that their looks have value, and that value, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's easy for me to sit here and say this, but like if my little girl honestly wanted to do that, I wouldn't stop her. I don't know that I would want it on TV, so I can't speak to that, but I wouldn't want it on
Well,
TV.
it's your environment, man, where you grew up from and the way you're taught and raised. Being surrounded every day by people who praise you and then feeling that the only way you get praise is by, acting a certain
Ugh.
way, dressing a certain way, that just opens gates for you in the future to like try to get that more again,
Yeah.
especially if something doesn't go your way. If say you lose your TV show, your movie, you're just a child, you think you're worthless. You think you got nothing left in this world, dude. And I believe that's what causes a lot of this like around their teenage years, the rebellion. There's
Yeah.
always the child actors who lose their shit. And
Or go
they
on
are
hardcore drugs.
a lot. And they get taken advantage by a lot of people in the industry. There's predators in the industry, man. Like
There's
every
predators in everything.
if they're not trying to take your money, they're trying to take your booty hole. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa. All
It's
right,
true.
Orlando.
It's true, man. Why do you think P. Diddy got away with so much shit for so long?
What did he say? Orlando Brown said something like, "You can't take back what your butthole received."
Man, I am glad that I didn't make it in the rap career, man. Imagine they're like, hey, you're gonna meet P. Diddy. I would have been like, no way, I'm gonna meet Diddy.
The Diddler.
Afterwards, I would be like, I don't want to be rapping no more.
He'd be like, "Hey, baby, I got somewhere we can go. Somewhere you
No,
ain't never
man.
know."
That's crazy. The power and influence he had. And I even heard that some charges were dropped on him that involved the whole racketeering and all that shit.
Dude,
That's crazy.
it looks more and more like a show trial with every verdict. Yeah, he did get off with a lot. I'm still haunted by there is audio of LeBron and Diddy
Was that
getting
really him?
active. That's what they say, dude.
Mm,
And it's graphic.
yeah, I heard it. I heard it, man. I wish I didn't.
They're getting active, man. They're getting active.
And that's just one part of the industry. That's the music part. You
Oh,
goddamn well know the movie part. Come on, man.
oh yeah.
All these attractive people. You don't think there's freaking dealers out there with
Well,
power and money?
the rebuttal will be, well, there's an industry for that. They can just go and do porn. Uh, Not everyone's okay with showing their booty hole on camera.
Yep. Porn is his own monster, and that's
I'm not.
I've heard I heard I seen another porn star commit not I didn't see her commit suicide, but I
Oh
saw in the
yeah.
news she recently committed suicide. There's definitely some mental health going on over there.
Well, I mean,
Come on,
let's
man.
unpack that. Let's
Let's
unpack
unpack.
that.
All right. All right. You know what? Straight up, I'm gonna say it. Bonnie Blue, 1,000 men? A
Okay.
thousand men? Really? For
Yeah.
what? What for? No one said, I bet you could not sleep with 1,000 men.
No,
Who is this for?
it was for no notoriety. She knew it would catapult her to the top in more ways than one.
Yep.
Ew, bad joke. Sorry. Um, yeah, it would catapult her to the top. It was something she was comfortable doing already, and I guess she enjoyed it. I don't know. I haven't watched videos on. I've seen interviews on her after because I was like, who the fuck is this chick? Like, who is everyone talking about Bonnie Blue? And then I saw the interview after. They're like, hey, you slept with 1,000 men. And I was like, "Wait, she did what now?" First off, I don't know if there's video. I don't care. I don't want to see that. That's
Mm.
disgusting. Call me vanilla. I prefer one person and one person. You know? Call me
Oh man.
vanilla. I'm fine
Matt,
with that.
dude, just imagine one day you find out your wife was the 1,000 man slayer, dude. You're like, what?
That's where I was going is, dude, it's this crazy thing. Like, I don't know if you remember when like you felt like your frontal lobe had developed. Because for me, it was like I woke up one day and it kind of just like shifted in place that like, hey, have you really thought about your perspective? And then I just started going down that dude, and it's never stopped. I've always been
Yeah.
like, okay, what does the other perspective look like? What is this? What is that? What is that? Why? But I have thought about it. And I think that what happens is people who enter the adult business, whether that be just being provocative, having the sexual content or doing the sexual acts, they realize that that's forever. The internet doesn't forget. Those people are always going to be with them. They're always going to know their fetishes, their likes, their dislikes, their what they look like naked. They have such a vivid image and such an abundance of it
Yeah.
that like they they know that their life is going to either continually going up and they just have to get more and more entrenched in the decision that they made before, whether they like it or not. Because some people do like it.
Yeah.
Some people want that notoriety. Some people feed off of it and they just love it. They want more and more and more.
Mm.
And there's some people, and I think this is what happens, the people who weren't fully aware of the consequences or the implications of doing that are finally like reaping it. And they sit down with themselves and they're just like, okay, there's no other choice. Because the alternative is they have to radically change their life in order to get out of the spot.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of people who are willing to do that.
I get what you're saying, man. Especially
Because,
especially with that chick with 1,000 dudes. She figured go big.
yeah,
Can't
and
go wrong with that.
I genuinely hope,
Mm.
like, I genuinely hope that when it's all said and done, she can find peace because I think that's going to be that that's
A
going to be
different monster in the end.
yeah, and it's going to bring up a lot of contention points in her life with men in particular.
Yeah. 100%. Because they're man can think 1,000 thoughts about their woman, especially if she
Oh
was an
yeah.
ex porn star.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Damn.
and I'm not speaking like I'm a freaking clean slate either. No, I've slept with people before, not 1,000 people. But
Yeah.
I get it. Sin is sin, no matter what. Got it. Great.
I don't think the like I feel like everything is just maybe too hypersexualized, you know what I'm saying? Like I think because when I was younger, dude, I just wanted to like, have sex, fuck around as many bitches as possible. That's state of mind I had. It wasn't until I was growing older, I was like, that wasn't healthy.
100%.
That wasn't a good normal thought. Like,
100%, dude.
why was I always like this?
Dude,
You
I
know?
felt like a chihuahua that just constantly had a red rocket. You know, dude? It just all
Yeah.
this energy and nowhere to go. And and I'll say now it's even worse. Now I can't go online without everything being tits in my face or let me smell you or some other form of weird productivity. But dude, it's so in your face and you're like and you want to segregate the children from the adults, but everything is hypersexualized.
Yep.
Even the damn Kit Kat commercials are sexualized. Like
It's the
there's
worst.
no there's no saving them from your corporate greed. That's it.
Yeah. That definitely has going to have implications in the future. Now that we see it more, back then it was definitely, a magazine, a dial up. So, you didn't really see it. It was always in the corner. And
Yeah,
now it's everywhere. It's on
dude.
TikTok and all that stuff. And people do it without even noticing they do it. Like, oh, I'm gonna put my feet here. It's a joke. Haha. And
Yeah.
then, then the creeps come.
Yeah, and I think people didn't take the warnings early enough. When people um and people have a terrible tendency of in the moment of when it's easiest to divert from disaster, they
I'm
tend
about,
to oh,
I'm about to bring it back. I'm about to bring it back. A call back. Ready?
what?
Hawk Tuah. Sexualized, just like I said. Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
God.
Damn.
That's why it went viral.
Yeah. Over sexual.
Sex
And it was at
over
the right
sex.
time too. It was at the right time for interviews and people were on TikTok. Everybody was still coming off of COVID, so they still had their hyperfixation on their phones. Well, I I would argue that people have always had a hyperfixation with their phones. It's just amplified now because now you can tweet all day long and it be a job.
Yeah, you get paid for tweets. I think
So
that's why it's a lot more rage bait now because of that. Because I
100%.
say something controversial, and then bam, you get a whole flood of them. Then next thing you get a fat paycheck.
Yeah, dude, because people they'll they'll get so emotionally captured in what they believe is correct that they feel the need to lash out on everything. So if you disagree with anything I say, please feel free to let me know in the comments and I'll make sure not to read it. Um, no, I'll read it. I just leave it there. I won't care, but you will.
I saw a video of this woman saying that Michael Jackson was overrated and that people are just or blowing him up for no reason. She
That
said
is,
that. Obviously, she's wrong.
yeah,
Obviously, she's wrong. But
100%.
she got a big ass fucking following for playing the bad girl on that. And it's like, damn, clever. But you got the
Uh,
wrong following. You don't want that
yeah.
following.
You
You
don't
know what
want
I'm
to
saying?
hate following. Yeah, you don't want to hate watchers, dude. What is it? Dude, the more I learn about Michael Jackson, the more of a gangster I think he is. Homie sitting here, well, sitting here. Homie was getting attacked by record labels because he was so damn powerful. And then he's just over here like, oh, you want to play that game? I'll take your whole label.
He bought catalogs, the Beatles
Dude
catalog.
is a savage. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, I heard he bought the Beatles catalog. He like talked to them for a minute and then he went back and bought it and then he came back and told them. I was
That's
like,
wild.
that's the most gangster shit I've ever heard.
I own your shit now. What?
Yeah, dude. What are you gonna do about
Do
it?
you think that's how it works for a lot of artists who make it in the big industry? Like their shit, no matter what they do, it belongs to the company that owns them.
You know, I've tried to understand how record labels and artists work, and it's kind of like, from what I understand, it's purposely a gray area. so that way they can monopolize on the artist, and then they don't. Because from what I understand, it's a lot of gatekeeping on publishing and venues. So it seems like if you have the connects for publishing and venues, then you have enough sway to get in the game and get your name out there. But it seems like becoming a huge hit like Michael Jackson is a no-go, and that the labels will never let that happen again.
because he was unstoppable.
Yeah, basically.
Unless you get manipulated by the diddler. Oh my God, dude, we
Solve the case. Case closed. Boom, boom, boom. We know what happened.
Oh man.
Diddy's part of it all.
He's the gatekeeper, bro. He
We
makes
got to
sure
get the action news sounds where it's like da 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 da. Breaking at 12. Just found out that Diddy is now a part of the sex cults.
I
Yes, the
believe
same
it.
sex cults with Epstein in blackmailing. We have tied it all together. Now we know the answer. Sound like one of those 1950s uh, news broadcasters.
Believe it, man. I believe this.
Well, shit, man. Here, this is about a good this place of any to end. So I appreciate you for coming on, man. Thank you so much. Um, here we'll do a verbal plug for all your socials. Go ahead, tell them where to find you.
You could find me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, even Snapchat as the Santa Ana Win. The, then Santa Anna Win. Anna has one N, if it helps. I don't know if people are gonna put two N's.
No, you're fine. You're
Like
completely
General
fine.
Santana, basically, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
Who was like a whole, yeah, that's a whole other thing we'll
Yeah.
talk about another time.
Make sure that if you liked this, you like, subscribe, leave a comment, send it to your mom, send it to your grandma, and then let me know that you sent it to your mom.
Hey,
I'm
thanks for
just kidding.
having me here, man. It's been great.
It's all good, brother.